Hello, I feel I'm becoming a sort of moaning mini here. And I've been reflecting on comments which have been made about Liz Truss and her appalling performance in front of Foreign Minister Lavrov. Is there anyone else who could have done any better? I think there are people who could have done better. Boris, I think, would have actually done a better job. And Keir Starmer, I think, would have been very good. Rory Stewart would have been certainly passable. And Harriet Harman. There are people on both sides of the House who could have stood up to Sergei Lavrov. Liz Truss was not one of them. And to settle down to repeating a mantra was not particularly wise. As for the serious problems of her not knowing how translation works, this is part of her job. Whenever she is dealing with foreign diplomats, she needs to be dealing with the intricacies of translation. And it's a matter of courtesy. As for Rostov, someone's pointed out that the places that Mr. Lavrov mentioned were fairly obscure. Not at all. Not at all. Rostov, in particular, is not an obscure town. It's quite important. And the name Rostov, this is a name which are one of the major characters in War and Peace. If one hasn't read the book, one's surely seen the BBC adaptation. And as for books, isn't there a book? Well, there is a book. I know there's a book called Quiet Flows the Don. It's actually a series of books by Sherlockov. And even if one hasn't read the book, one surely knows the name. So Rostov-on-Don is not so obscure, and it is quite shocking that our foreign minister doesn't know where it is, or that it is part of Russia. It's not good enough to ask for a meeting with Foreign Minister Lavrov, or with anybody, if one isn't fully prepared. And I'm afraid I don't think she was prepared. We have a number of people in our government at the moment who are frankly inept and ill-suited to deal with crises. We remember very clearly when Priti Patel got in front of the microphone during the COVID problem. Thumping on the desk is not a response to crisis. A response to crisis is to meet crisis with forethought and with a plan, not a mantra, a plan. I'd love to know further what you think about this. And meanwhile, happy Sunday.